Hi guys, welcome to HIIT Core Yoga. Tonight we are doing a total body ladder shake-up. So we are doing 2 rounds of the 50, 25, 25, 25. And so that's going to be about 2.5 minutes per exercise. We're doing 5 of those. So or 10 of those. So we're going to do 2 rounds. And the last round, the second round, we're going to kind of shake up what we did in the first round. So it'll be similar, but different. And when we get there, you'll see what we mean. But we're going to start with our yoga and going to go into our HIIT workout. Then we end in the yoga and cool down like always. So let's get started. You can, I recommend a couple blocks if you have them, but you can use them, use some of the exercises, or do some of the exercises without the blocks if you don't have any handy. Other than that, yeah, you just need your mat and your water bottle and maybe a sweat towel. And I'll be doing all the timing, and yeah, just look to the camera and just see what I'm doing, and I'll do the best I can to explain each exercise as I'm demonstrating. Let's get started in child's pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes are touching, and stretch your arms forward. So take long, deep breaths in and out through the nose here. You want to settle the hips back towards the heels, the shoulders sink down towards the mat. Inhale and lift over to the left side, reaching at an angle, bowing the head towards the left knee. And let's go over to the right side, doing the same, dropping the head down towards the knee. Alright, so come on back to center. Now bring the palms to touch, forehead to the mat, and then bend your elbows so the thumbs come to the back of the neck or head. Try to keep the armpits sinking down. So big deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then release the arms. Let's come up into tabletop pose. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. So let's round the spine, come into a cat arch. Exhaling, and then inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting your chin and chest forward, pulling your shoulders back. Exhale and inhale. Moving at your own pace, but move your breath. Okay, now we're going to move around in a circle motion. So bend into your elbows as you're doing this. You're just picking a direction to move into and then switching that direction. So going both directions, counterclockwise and clockwise. Keep the lungs open and just keep breathing there as you are moving in this motion, engaging the core slightly. And then we're just going to shift the hips so that they're pushing out to the left and pulling back slightly. So you should feel the stretch on the outer hip here as you pull back. Keep really pushing the hip out to the left to feel the stretch on that outer hip, and then go the other side. And just using your hands for support in front of you. So now shifting to the right side, pulling the hips back, but also pushing your hips out to the left. Try to find that spot on the outer hip. And then releasing. So come back to center, tuck your toes under. Let's come up into downward facing dog and walk it out. Bend into the left knee, right knee. All right, so separate the feet nice and wide. Walk your hands towards your feet. Keep your legs straight and just folding forward. Rock from side to side. Come forward, walking forward into plank pose now. And then lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Walk your hands towards your feet. This time bend your knees so you come to a squat at the back of your mat. Lift your right arm up. Exhale it down. Lift your left arm up. Inhale. And then exhale it down. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale it down. Inhale your left arm up. And exhale it down. Walk forward to plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Walk your feet closer together. Lift your right leg up into the air. And then release it down. Lift your left leg up into the air. And then release it down. Again, with your right leg up, back. And then release down. And with your left leg, shoot it back. And then bring it down. Come forward into plank pose. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Lift your right leg up again. Step forward into lunge. Drop your left knee down to the floor. And take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Lift your left leg back and then step it forward. And then reach both arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step back into plank pose. Lower through. Inhale to up dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Step the feet wide. Walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. So again, just coming back into a squat position. Lifting that right arm up, just holding a little bit longer. Bring it down. Left arm, reaching up. And then bring it down. Okay, from here, standing, forward fold. Rocking side to side. Breathing into the back. Let your arms just feel heavy, same with your head. And then come to center, rise up all the way and reach above your head. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to your heart. Clasp your fingers, press down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, take the hands back behind you, clasping behind you. Pull back, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Arms reaching up. Exhale, clasp and press down. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release back behind you. Inhale, pull back, open the heart, and exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze back. Exhale, bow forward. We're going to hold this one. Keep breathing. And then rising up all the way. So reach above your head, inhale, and then take your left arm down to your left side. And reaching overhead with your right arm. And going to the other side, right arm down by your side. Left arm overhead. Keep breathing. And then releasing. Reach up with both arms. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. Squatting down. Okay, going into a duck walk. So basically you're squatting and trying to walk to the front part of your mat from here. So we did this last time here. So we're just going to stay nice and low, and we're just doing some ankle stretching, basically. And then we're gonna turn around, and then walk to the other side, turning around. You can use your hands here for more advanced. Then your arms are up here, your hands are up here, and then doing that. So we just want to find some mobility in your knees here. So you can drop your knees down too, and then kind of lift them up. So if you want a little more stretch in those ankles and feet, then your knees kind of drop down to the floor and then lift up. All right, so come to the other side of your mat, forward fold. So just bowing forward. And then rising up all the way. Deep breath in, and then exhale it out. So we're gonna begin our warm up here. So dynamic warm up by swinging the right leg first, back and forth. So feel free to hold on to something. I'm just swinging my arms for balance, but do what is going to work for you. So also think about that leg pulling back behind you. Flex and extend. Okay, and then releasing, switching sides. Left leg, going back and forth. So just pretty much straight out in front of you and pull back. Okay, and then releasing, and now going crosswise. So with the right leg, we're sweeping to the left and then out to the right. This one's a little more tricky. You should feel that on the outer hip. Just warming up that outer hip. Okay, and then other side. Left going to the right side, and then out to the left. Okay, and now we're going to do some arm crossovers, butt kickers. Here, get the shoulders warmed up. You can head from side to side. Yes, like I said, we are doing 50, 25, 25, 25. Each group of exercise is about 2.5 minutes long. And so shorter than usual. So that's good news for you guys. And we're gonna do about, the one round is about just over 10 minutes long. So the whole thing, HIIT workout, will be just over 20 minutes long in itself. But yeah, we're going to end that off with yoga at the end, which you don't want to miss, because that's kind of the best part, when you're all nice and warm and you can stretch out and relax. Shavasana. We are going to squat and toe touch. So coming down for a squat, and with both arms reaching in front of you, you're going to reach your right leg forward and then reach your left leg forward. Inhale down, exhale back. Inhale down, exhale, kick. So you should feel your heart rate climb up a little bit higher with this one. That's what we want. Just easing into it. One more on each side. Okay, and now just going into just easy twist, letting your arms wrap around your body. Relax your shoulders. You can shift from side to side as well. So just keep doing that as I explain the first two exercises. So the first exercise we'll be doing for 50 seconds long, and then the next exercise we'll be doing for 25, 25, 25. So the first one is a burpee leg thread under with a push-up. So you're jumping back. You're gonna do the right leg under and do a push-up. Left leg under, push-up. Jump forward and jump up. That is for the whole 50 seconds. Alternating legs. Then we're gonna do skate touchdowns. So one leg extended out, one knee is bent, and then you're going to switch which leg is in the center. And just alternating which side you're lunging on. So you're doing side lunge, basically mirroring each side. Touching opposite foot or opposite hand to opposite foot or close to it. And just kind of, you're just both basically in the center of your mat, hopping, switching the feet, okay? So that's it. So that's 20, 20, 20. That'll get your heart rate up. So 50 seconds, you guys, for that burpee, leg front arm to push up, and go. So jumping back, right leg kicks under the left leg over the right, jump forward, jump up. So do the best you can with those leg thread unders. I know they're tricky. It's a stretch as well. If you need to drop a knee down, then you can do that. Rest the leg down onto the floor and press up. You can do that as well. Only 12 seconds left already. 4, 3, 2, 1. Skate touchdowns. So in the middle of the mat, extend your right leg out. You can do that first. And go. So chest up, look forward. Sit back, squat down low. Okay, 5 seconds rest in between these 25s. Go for it. Eight, 5, rest. One more to do, and then we're done our first group. Go. Keep your core engaged. Make sure you're breathing consistently. Almost there. 4, 3, 1. Okay. That's the first group of exercises, and breathe it out. Take a drink of water if you need to, but not too much. And the first one's always rough. It gets easier, don't worry. So the next one, for 50 seconds, we're doing a tricep from your lunge, and then a switch hop. So you're gonna be in this lunge. So right leg forward, left leg is back. Your back heel is lifted here. And we're gonna reach way forward. Actually, come to the back of the mat. Reach way forward, catch yourself into a tricep push-up. And then you're gonna push back, either push all the way back or just kind of walk. And then we're gonna go hop, switch, hop, switch, hop, switch. And then on that third, your other leg should be in front that time. And then catch yourself, push back or walk back, hop, hop, hop. Other leg, so you're just alternating legs. That's for 50 seconds, and then we will do twisted mountain climber for 25, 25, 25. Basically just bringing opposite knee to opposite elbow in plank. You can do that slow, you can do that fast, and yeah, that's all I want to say about that. So 50 seconds for tricep push-ups from lunge, and go. So catch yourself, hop, 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 forward. You can walk down if you want as well. So you walk, walk, walk. Make sure your elbows are pulled in and then push back. I find it's easier to go faster than slower. So make sure you're just doing 3 hops. That way you'll get your opposite leg in front of you for the next round. 9 seconds. Hop, hop, hop. Okay. We're doing the twisted mountain climbers. So from plank position, 2, 1, go. Keep driving the knees, opposite knee, up knee to opposite elbow. Try to keep the core engaged. Arms locked out. Try not to lift your bum up because that's not really going to do much. The most effective way is to get that back nice and flat. So not overarching, so you don't want to be like this either, too down, but just flat back. If you have a mirror at home, you can see, but you should feel your core working, so make sure you can feel it. You should feel yourself getting hot, that's good. 1 more. And then we're done this group of exercises, go for it. Keep driving the knees. Four, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, so that one is done. All right, so that was number 3 group. Going into our next one, we are doing side planks. So side plank, hip dip, elbow to knee. You can do this from the forearm or hand. I'm gonna demo on the hand with the arm straight. So you're doing hip dip, and then that top knee comes to the elbow. Hip dip, elbow. You can keep your hand at your head the whole time, or you can do what I do, just hand at the hip and then hand at the head. Just on the right side for that full 50 seconds. So you can drop down to the forearm if you want to. For number 2, for 20, 25, we are doing lunge, squat, jump, and lunge. So just pure kind of cardio action here. So lunge, and then squat, jump, and then the other leg comes back for lunge, center, squat, jump, other leg, squat, jump. You get it. We just keep on going back and forth. Okay, 50 seconds, enough talk. We're on the right side for side plank, hip dip, elbow to knee. Go. Just come down, bam. Squeezing that bottom shoulder under when you pop that hip up. Just to keep my hand get to my head, just easier. You can have your hand on your hip for that hip dip. Keep going, you guys. I know it gets rough with the side planks. We got 8 seconds left. Even if you need to stay in side plank, then just stay where you are. Okay, that's it. Good job. Lunge, squat, lunge is next. You can do a squat jump. I'll just kind of face you from this side and show you. So you can do step back and then squat, and then step back and then squat, okay? For the plyo version, we're doing jumping, jump back into lunge, jump squat, jump back and lunge, okay? That's if you want your heart rate going way up there. For one of the rounds, you can do the easier version. You don't have to do the whole time jumping. One more left. Go. Oh, pretty rough. Four. Okay, that was it. Oh, that is brutal on the legs. Good job, you guys. So the next one will be on the left side for side plank. And then we have back bows. So just this, up and down, inhale, exhale, and arms and legs lifting at the same time, so working the back. Yeah, so let's get to it. Side plank, hip dip on the left side. And go. So hip dip, pull the elbow in. Almost there, we got 12 seconds left. Try to stay with it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is rough, totally rough. Okay, we're going down to back bows. 3, 2, 1, go. Inhale, exhale. Try to pause a little bit at the top there, just to feel that contraction. So you want to feel your hamstring, glutes, and your back. Go. So it's not a very fast motion. You'll feel that in your shoulders. All right, rest, last round, and go. Almost there. 1. All right. Stretch it out. Good thing to do after that is do a little cow-cat, rounding, releasing, or just stretch back in child's pose. Release the back that way, stretch it out. Okay. So our last one for this round is a squat to a star. So got a full-on cardio for that full 50 seconds. And this is what that looks like. So squatting and then star. So basically kind of going out to a jump jack, but coming down really low. Bring your hands down by the sides of your legs. And then this is what you need the blocks for. This Tolasana to reverse tabletop position. I'm using my blocks the medium setting. So I'm grabbing onto the skinny side of the block. So Talasana on the scale basically is, well, you're not going to lift your feet up off the floor, but your bum is up off the floor and you're kind of trying to engage those abdominal muscles as best you can. So from here, we are going to swing the hips forward and then lift and engage the glutes. So you're pushing your hips into extension. And then come back down. So you kind of have to measure it out a little bit. Basically, your bum will not touch the floor the entire time. So if you're at home, you can do this from fingertips or you can do this from your fists. So as best you can, just trying to lift your bum off the floor the whole time, okay? If your bum touches the floor, there's no way around it, then that's fine. So you're just holding down here and then you have to walk your feet in a little bit more, okay? That's what we'll be doing for 20-20-20. Okay, squat to start for 50 seconds. Let's go. So jumping out. I'm inhaling down, exhaling, reaching up. Try to really stretch out wide, arms, legs. Seconds. Oh, okay. Let's go. Tabletop, Talasana to tabletop, and go. So lifting up, and then drop your bum down. So again, not super fast, just kind of all about having those arms locked out. So building the shoulder strength, building that balance, and then getting you to think about engaging your glutes to really push up into extension. Have a rest there, and go. Try to keep the core engaged the entire time as well. All right, take a rest. We got one more to go. And go. Oops. So when I'm dropping my bum down, I'm pulling my bum so that it's in line, or my hips, they're coming in line right underneath my head, so in line with my spine. So you're not just going into a reverse plank. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, that was first round done. Well, now we're going to go into that second round shake-up. So basically, what you'll be doing is every number one, every 50 seconds will be a different one. But every number two will be the exact same. So it'll just save me on explaining these exercises. So I'm just going to explain the number one, and I'm going to tell you what the number two is. You should remember it from the first round. So the first one we'll be doing is dive bombers to a jump squat. So working those arms here. So also called a Hindu push-up. Feet a little bit wider than down dog and hands a little bit wider than down dog. But in down dog, your hips are lifted, and then you're going to come down under the limbo stick and then lift into an up dog, and then come back the same way. Okay, it's easier to drop your knees, so you can drop your knees and go under the limbo stick and then come back, especially when you're pushing back, because you'll start to feel that your shoulders are, they don't have a lot of endurance for the pushback. So use your knees if form is being sacrificed. So that is that, and then the skater touchdown. So that'll be for the 20, 25, 25, 25. So let's get to it, the dive bombers. 50 seconds, you guys, and go. So as best you can, core is going to be engaged. Make sure your arms are, again, they're wider than your down dog, and that'll make the press up a lot easier for you, because you can use more power in your shoulders. I gotta drop my knees. Now to start doing those press ups. Again, you want to imagine that limbo stick. You're coming under it, and then you're gonna drop your chest down and flow back up. Okay, that was it. Okay, skate touchdowns for 25. So stick one leg out and 2, 1, go. So chest up, sit back. Three, 2, 1. Shake it out. We got 2 more of those to go. Go. Seven, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out, breathe it out. 1 more to do, go. Keep sitting back, you guys. Chest up, core engaged. That's it. Okay. That was the end of the first group. And we're on round number 2. So we're just going to blast through round number 2. So the first 50 second here for the change up is butterfly crunches. So get on your back, feet together, knees wide, and hands at your head, and just crunching up. So you can do these big crunches all the way for your full range of motion, or just mini ab crunches, okay? Whatever you want to do is up to you. Make sure you're feeling, though the abdominals contract, you'll feel that mainly in your upper abdominals, and the legs are just going to be on the floor. So you're not doing a double crunch, you're just focusing on upper abs. And then we are doing twisted mountain climber for that 25, 25, 25, as we did in the first round. So ready to rock, 50 second butterfly crunch, go. So exhaling as you're pulling up. I'm going somewhere in between. I'm not doing just shoulders off the floor crunches. I'm coming up, but not by full range. So that would be my full range. I'm just trying to come up to that middle point. Almost there. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This will feel awesome on the core here. Let's do some mountain climbers. I'm just gonna fry the core. Go for it. So twisting, pulling the knees in towards the opposite elbows. Make sure you're in plank pose. Make sure your bum is down, not lifted up like a down dog. Here, try to keep your core engaged and contracted the entire time for maximum efficiency on this. And rest. 2 more runs to go. Go. Now 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, 1 more to go, and we're done this group. 2, 1, go. Ten. Whoa. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. That was intense. Good job, guys. And now we are doing so a little bit of getting some air time here. So doing some 3-legged down dog kick-ups. So you're gonna be in down dog. You're gonna take 1 leg up and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch in the air, and just do that for 50 seconds, okay? If that's too much to do the hopping, then you're just gonna do these pulses without hopping, and then switch. You can switch in the air or switch when you just come back into down dog, and then just switch which leg is up. So that is that. And then for 2, we'll be going back to those lunge squat lunges and kill those legs off. So we're doing lunge, center squat, jump, lunge back with the other leg, center squat, jump, and you can do that slow. So you don't have to do the squat jump, you can just do a squat without leaving the ground at all. Let's get started with the down dogs. So 50 seconds, just do your best, go. So right leg, 1, 2, 3, switch. You feel that in your hamstrings. Good practice for handstand season, you guys. Practice in the backyard. You'll feel that in your hamstrings. I'm feeling it already, for sure. Try to keep the head looking down. Oh, okay. That was tapped out on that one. Okay, lunge, squat, lunge. Go. So you're gonna step back, do a squat, step back, do a squat. Okay, you don't have to do the jump around. Okay, rest. 2 more to do. Breathe out. Should feel like your heart rate gets up there pretty high with this one if you're doing those jumps. It's a really effective cardio exercise. Oh. 1 more to go. Go. Losing the energy in the legs for sure. Okay, that was it. All right, stretch here. All right. Okay, now we have walk down planks, and we're doing the elbow to push up presses. So, or hand to elbow push up presses. So you're gonna walk down, you're in plank, walk down your elbow, come up on your elbow, go to the other side. So right side, left side, and then walk back. And you can jump up at the back if you want more cardio, or just reach up at the back. Okay, so do right side push up, left side push up. And then for the number 2, we'll be going back to back bows. Okay, so let's get started. 50 seconds, go. Come down, go right, right, left, left. Walk back, jump or reach. You can switch which side you go down on. So you can go left, left, right, 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 left, left, whatever you want. Switch it up. Almost there, we got 10 seconds left. Four. All right. Okay, so back bows will be our 25s. On the belly. 3, 2, 1, go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Try to really reach with those arms, with the legs, and do that little pulse, or do that little stall at the top. Your top range of motion. Okay, break. Breathe it out. Okay, go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Break. Breathe it out. 2, 1, go. Last one. Seven. All right, that's it. Good job. All right. What do we have? We have 2 more to go. Well, basically we have 1 more to go, but I'm gonna add an extra one in there just for abs, for fun at the end. So basically this is our last one officially for cardio. So we'll be starting off with the reverse, a reverse tabletop to knee. So you're going to be in the tabletop position, reverse tabletop position. Again, working on balance. We're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. Trying to stay hovered in the tabletop the whole time. Then we go back to the Talasana and reverse tabletop. So it'll be lots of shoulder opening by the end of this 2.5 minutes. Okay, so let's get started with the 50 seconds of opposite knee to opposite shoulder, or opposite elbow to opposite knee in tabletop. 50 seconds, go. So lift up, and just helps to kind of look ahead, or look ahead and up to the ceiling, just so that you can be aware of your hips. Also lifting, staying elevated that whole time. Not a very fast motion, but just control, just working on that control, working on that balance. Two, one. Okay, grab your blocks if you have them. If not, you're using your hands or fists. And starting now here, Talasana, and then squeezing the glutes to that glute bridge. Dropping down, pushing up. Dropping down so the hips are underneath my head, and then squeezing hip forward. Feet in. Trying to get have the arms locked out here. I'm not sinking into my shoulders, so make sure you're not sinking. You gotta push down, go for it. Push down into your hands so that your scapula is also being pulled down, and that's your kind of isometric hold for the whole thing. It does take time to work up for that, but just do what you can. If you need to take a break in between, that's fine as well. Okay, take a break. We got one more to do. And go. Oops, down. Make sure you're feeling your glutes squeeze when you lift up. Take a moment to feel that, and yeah, just so that you make, again, these poses really effective for you. You're not just kind of lazily going into the poses. Okay, that was it. Right, because there's a lot of things that you can just kind of move through the motions, but if you're not feeling what you're supposed to be feeling in the contractions at the specific time, then you're just basically going through the motions, and you're not going to build the strength in the areas that these exercises are designed to build strength in. So building that mind-muscle connection is very, very key. Okay, so we are going to do some abs for this last one. What do we have here? So we're going to C-sit, a Russian twist. So you're C-sit, you're kind of sitting back here. If this is too much on the tailbone, you can also kind of sit on a towel on your mat too, just to kind of cushion your tailbone up a little bit more, give you a little bit more support. But leaning back is what is going to turn your abdominals on. So leaning back, you should feel those abdominals contract. So that is your isometric hold, but then we're gonna add that twist. So the Russian twist, going back and forth. Okay, you can make this harder by lifting the feet up and doing that. Okay, that is going to be for 50 seconds, and then we are doing some it's core, but it's also strength and flexibility and cardio at the same time. We're doing those roll back and jump ups, and you can use your hands, of course, to do this. I'm sure I will be. I know it's the end of the HIIT class, so I don't know how much energy I have, but we're gonna roll back. Okay, rolling back, and then with momentum coming forward, jumping up, and then coming down. If you want to practice sitting down without any hands assist, then that's what you can do, just to get those hips more flexible. Because I know coming up, when you're rocking back and then you pull those legs in to get enough momentum to come forward, it's a lot of hip flexor strength and then some flexibility. So if you're inhibited by that, then there's no way you're gonna be able to force forward, get enough momentum to come forward without any hands assist. So use your hands assist to come up, and then maybe try not using hands assist to come down, or maybe just one hand, and then you can work your way up to it. So let's get started. Enough talk. We're doing C-sit, Russian twist, and go. 50 seconds, you guys. So again, try to sit back enough where you feel the abs turned on. left. I'm not going to talk because it's kind of impossible for me to talk during this exercise, but 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get started with those rollbacks. 25, 25, 25, 4, 3, 2, 1. So rolling back, pop up, and jump up. All right, take that break. 2, 1, go. Even if you're not doing the fluid roll and jump, even just come onto your back and stand up. Come onto your back and stand up. That's all I want you to do. You'll thank me when you're 90. Always good to find ways to get up off the floor from a lying down position. Get creative with it. Okay, that's it. Whew. All right, holy hip flexors. Okay, good job, you guys. That was the last one. Then we're getting into yoga and cool down right away. So drink some water and we'll get started. When you're ready, we'll just do those sweeps. So arms sweeping overhead and then arms sweeping down below. Deep breath in, even arching your back, stretching out the abdominals so you can kind of hold back a little bit like that. Dropping down. Feel free to bend your knees in that forward fold. Okay, at the top we're going to grab onto the right wrist with the left hand and we're going to take it over to the left. Try to pull that left or pull the right arm back so it's not crossing in front of your face. You just want to feel that on the right side of the body, no twist in the body. Come back to center and then switch. Grab onto the left wrist, take it to the right. And then come back to center and then let it go. Take the hands back behind you now. Clasp your hands, step your feet wide and pull the arms back. So take an arch in the back, pulling the shoulder blades down. Pull the hands away from your back. And then we're going to bow forward with straight legs. Try to keep those shoulders pulling up and away from the ears. Deep breaths into that back. And then come up all the way. And sweep above head. Inhale and then exhale, arms down. Step to the top of the mat. Sweep the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, float forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. And step your right foot back. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Take your arms up. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Lift your left arm up from that lunge. Lift your right knee up. Try to squeeze that right leg straight. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand down. Step back into plank pose, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Slowly look over your right shoulder. And then slowly look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center. And then back up into downward facing dog. Walk it out. Bend into the right knee, bend in the left knee. Keep the hips pulling back to stretch out the sidelines of the body. Chest pulling to the thighs. Step your right foot forward, left knee to the floor. And take the arms up, breathe. Bring the hands down, left hand stays there, right arm reaches up. And then when you're ready, straighten out that left leg. So lift that left knee up off the floor and squeeze the left leg straight. Push through the heel. So back heel, lift through the back of the left knee there. Breathing. 3, for 2, and for 1. And then bring that right hand down, step back, find plank, lower through, chaturanga, slowly into that up dog, and then we'll take it looking over the left shoulder and breathe. And then over to the right shoulder, looking over, breathing. And then come back to center, and then downward facing dog, walk it out. And reaching those heels down to the floor, walking it out, pedaling it out. All right, so step the left foot forward, bring the right knee to the floor, reach up with both arms, and then bring the hands to your heart. You can inhale and then exhale, twist to your left. Bring the right elbow onto the left knee. So you can see here in this low version, you can lift that right knee up off the floor for the high prayer twist, lunge, if you like. Try to pull the center of the chest to the thumbs to the center of the chest. Pulling the left shoulder back and down, away from the ear. And then releasing out of that twist. Bring the hands down to the floor, step back into plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, bring the left knee down to the floor, and reach up with the arms. Bring the hands to your heart. Inhale, then exhale, twist to your right side. So left elbow down to the right knee, and you can straighten out through that left leg. You want to pull the right shoulder away from the ear, so you want to lengthen that side and the neck there as well. Try to breathe as naturally as possible. And then we'll release. Drop that knee, release out of the twist, hands to the floor, step back, plank, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale for child's pose just for a moment. Flatten the back, straighten out the back. Deep breaths through the sides of the body. Deep breath out. Okay, next we'll come up and we'll move into camel pose. So walk up to the knees and shins, and then lift the arms up to the sky. So taking the hands back onto the low back if you just want an easy back bend tonight, down to hamstrings, or reach down to your heels. You can tuck your toes under to achieve that there. So you're gonna press the hips forward, maybe dropping the head back, but your chin could also tuck in towards your chest if you wish as well. So rolling those shoulders back, keep pressing the hips forward. Okay, and then slowly lift up, nice and slow, lift through the heart, and then come forward. Bring the forearms onto the floor in front of you. and then circle around. Hip circle around, circling around in your shoulder, pulling yourself back, pulling yourself forward, and breathing into the back here as you're doing so. And then coming up to tabletop pose. Okay, so we're going to lift kick the left leg back, and then take the right shin off to the right here for a kickstand. We're gonna go to the side plank variation, then we're gonna bend into the left knee and then catch the top of the left foot. Or you can grab onto the ankle here. So for that hip stretch. Hip quad stretch, shoulder stretch, and breathing. So you can kind of roll a little bit so you're kind of looking up at the ceiling. The closer or the more kind of resistance you put, the more intense that you'll feel that in your hip. So you can kind of push your foot into your hand and keep pulling your foot or your heel towards your glute as well to make this a little more of an active stretch. And then we're going to release the foot, and we're going to place the left hand down, and then we're going to swing that left leg all the way around to the top. And then we're going to go back into a lizard lunge. So you can kind of walk your right knee back if you want. And then we're going to hold. So you have straight arms. You can bow down and forward and breathe into that position more. All right, take another deep breath in and out. And we're going to slowly rise. From here, you're going to walk your foot in a little bit more towards your center, and then we'll come back into that half monkey split position. So flex the foot, the left toe is pointing up towards the ceiling, and then bowing towards the leg. You can use a strap to do this. You can also sit back on your right heel to do this as well. Feel free to grab on. I definitely recommend grabbing on to the foot and pulling the toes back and kind of putting that foot more into flexion position, and you'll feel that stretch way more intensely in the calf muscle and your ankle, and you can kind of change the angle in which you're pulling on the foot. So pulling on the inner arch of the foot or pulling on the outer edge of the foot, just to see where there's tension, where you can feel that stretch a little more deeper. So explore that way as well. Okay, and we're going to slowly release from here. Let's come forward, back into the lunge, and then step back into plank. So we're going to go through chaturanga here, go into an up dog, take a deep breath, exhale to down dog. Just take a moment in down dog, stretch it long, and then come forward to tabletop. Drop the knees down to the floor. Spin around on the other side. So we're going to do the right leg. The right leg is going to reach back. The left shin is going to go off to the left for that kickstand. You're in that side plank, and then you're going to grab onto the top of the foot. So pulling the heel towards your seat, rolling the right shoulder back, perhaps looking up at the ceiling here. And then you can kind of apply that a little bit of activation here by pulling the foot with your hand, but also pushing your foot back into your hand to kind of contract that quadricep muscle at the same time. Then you can kind of release that, contract and release. breathing into the belly, breathing into the chest. All right, and then slowly release. So release the foot, bring the hand onto the floor, and then swing the leg forward. Okay, so it's gonna go out to the outside part of your mat there, and then we'll go into that lizard lunge. So you can walk your left knee back if you like here, propping yourself up with straight arms or bowing forward in the position. Breathing into the hips, deep breaths into the back. Long deep breaths out through the mouth or through the nose. Really focus on those exhales as part of letting go and relaxing into that position. So take your time coming back up. Walk your foot more into the center here for half monkey split. Toes lift up. You pull in the foot. Sit back on the left heel. Okay, and then slowly come forward into that lunge. Okay, step first into plank pose, lower through. Take one more up dog or cobra here. Deep breath in, just holding. And then we'll come back to tabletop pose and spin around. And it's time to get onto the floor. So grab onto the backs of the knees, roll like a ball, tuck your chin, inhale back, exhale, roll forward. If you want to skip this, then just go to happy baby pose. Do about 5 or 6 of these. Try to round your spine, tuck your chin in, kind of roll your shoulders forward, engage your core. Then when you're ready here, just lean back and holding onto your knees or holding onto your shins or holding onto your feet or your toes for happy baby. Rocking from side to side. Pulling the shoulders down, try to get the back a little more closer to the mat if possible. Just really thinking about the breath here, taking some long exhales out. Alright, so releasing from there, grabbing onto the right knee, extending the left leg out on the floor. So squeeze that left or the right knee in towards the chest. Think about the low back pulling down to the floor at the same time. From there, releasing and guiding that knee, lift the knee up to just on top of the hip there, and then guide it over to the left and down to the floor. So as close as you can down to the floor for more intensity. You can, for less intensity, slide your left knee up underneath so that your knees are supporting each other. There, stacked knees. Otherwise, you can keep kind of pulling down with this right with the left hand, just adding a little bit of pressure, adding a little bit of weight onto the outer right knee there to help facilitate that stretch. So the stretch should feel like it's coming from your low back and then traveling down the leg through the IT band, moving down to your knee, and then through your hip flexor on that right side as well. So generally that's where the stretch should be, you should be feeling it, and then you'll be feeling it, of course, through this whole right side body in the twist, stretching through the shoulder and then through the bicep and right to the hand. And then you can play around with the hand rotation as well. So palm face down, palm face up, and you can just play around to see how that feels. And also pulling your hand, so if the back of the wrist is on the floor, palm face up, and then you're pulling your fingers in towards your wrist. So that is also a stretch that can get into the back of the hand, that you may feel like you're not tense there, but when you try and do that stretch, you may feel that. So just something extra to think about. More information for the body. Do some wrist rolls while you're on the ground. And slowly releasing from there, we're going to come out of the twist. Give yourself a big hug. Breathe into your back. Let that go. Hold on to the left knee and extend the right leg down to the ground. Give a good squeeze, pulling that knee close in towards the chest, belly, and then releasing, so the knees above your hip, and then guide it to the right side of your mat, and then reach your left arm out to the left. Using the right hand on top of the leg, on top of the knee, just to, you can kind of press that leg down. You can see how close your knee is to the floor there on that right side. And you can see where you can get a little more closer. So you just kind of press a little bit more, activate that stretch a little bit more. You will start to feel that, especially if you don't feel anything on that side of the hip there, on your outer hip, that may mean that you can go a little bit further. But if you feel it just by not even putting any pressure at all on the leg, then that may mean you can just stay in that passive position, and your body's going to do all the stretching for you, and then you can progress from there as you get more flexible. Try to keep that right shoulder though pulling down to the floor. So if you're rolling way over to, the left shoulder pulling down to the floor, so if you're rolling over to the right side, you're no longer stretching so much into the hips. You want to stay with those shoulders glued to the floor, and that's what's going to make your hips stretch, the fascia, the hip flexors. That's what's going to make everything kind of feel really good after. Look over to the left side, playing around with that hand position again, palm face up, palm face down, curling the fingers in towards the inner wrist with the palm face up, and then opening, closing. Doing that and just noticing as well how this side compares to the other side. Maybe one side feels pretty inflexible compared to the other side, or maybe the reverse is true. So again, it's all about bringing awareness to your body and then seeing where you can create a little more symmetry by maybe working on your left side or your right side a little bit more to increase your symmetry. Okay, we're going to slowly release out of the twist. We're going to come back out, give yourself a hug, and pull the knees in and breathe. Okay, let that go. We'll do some windshield wipers and then we'll go to Shavasana after. So letting the knees drop left and right, your arms are out to a T position. When you're ready, just letting it go to Shavasana. So you can straighten one leg at a time, getting into a comfortable position on your back. Feel free to move into a seated position if that feels supported enough for you. Palms open towards the ceiling in Shavasana, and the feet are open up to the sides. So begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Start to feel the lungs expand, feel the belly expand. Almost feel like yourself is rising up off the mat. And then a long exhale out, and just notice everything start to descend back in towards the mat. Feel your body relax more into the mat. And once again, maybe for a couple more times, a deep breath in through the nose. Again, expanding as big as you can through the lungs, through the belly, and then a long, long exhale out. Make sure you're completely exhaling out all the air that you took in. Maybe pausing at the bottom of the exhale just to make sure that you did before your next inhale comes in. So you don't want to think about, just keep continuing, and every time you exhale, you want to think about the contact points between your body and the mat and the floor that you're touching. So noticing your body taking up more space on the mat and on the floor. Notice the varying temperatures, say if you're on the mat and the floor. Notice the textures that you're feeling, and just anything else that comes to mind when you're contacting the mat or on the floor. So as you go along here, you want to start to scan through the body to further relax the heels and relax the calf muscles, backs of knees, backs of thighs, and the fronts of the thighs, the knees, shins, feet, to the soles of the feet. And see if you can feel your whole right leg and your whole left leg being heavy, yet supported by your mat, by the floor, and by the earth. Letting any gripping go of the glute muscles and the tailbone, and then start working way up the spine from that low back. Feel the mid back. More and more space more and more back space touching the mat or on the floor in your upper back, and feel your shoulder blades spread out even more. See if you can drop your shoulders down a few degrees and let the backs of the arms relax into the floor along with the backs of the hands. sides of the neck, lengthening yet softened, back of the neck connecting to the head, and then fully just letting your head go to rest on your mat, being supported by your mat, supported by your floor, and supported by the earth. The awareness around the hairline to the forehead, smoothing out all the lines across the forehead, eyebrow line, all the muscles around the eyes. Feel the eyelids feel heavy. Relax cheekbones, jaw, mouth, and the tongue and the mouth, all relaxed and still. Soften the throat, collarbones, chest, and abdomen. And your whole body breathing together and your whole body relaxing together now. Your time, bringing the attention back to your breath. Notice the sound of your breath. And notice just your body breathing and the feeling of your body breathing, that expansion from within. So notice your breath kind of lifting your body up on an inhale and dropping it back down on the exhale. And then you're just going to expand the energy out from the center of your body down through your legs, your arms, through your head, and gradually add on some movement in the fingers and toes, and the head rocking from side to side or yawning, and then adding on whatever stretches feel most natural to you right now to help you reawaken and just carry on with the rest of your evening or the rest of your day. But you're doing it very mindfully, very slowly, without rushing the process of reawakening. So breathing into each movement you make, enjoying the deep breaths, enjoying your relaxed body breathing. Rolling or rocking over into your right. Pressing yourself up to seated when you're ready from there. So namaste everybody. Thanks for joining me this evening for HIIT Core Yoga. And let me know what you guys think about this class, and you can message me, and you can drop a like if you want to, and you can share this video if you want to as well. So yeah, there are other videos on this Facebook page archived under videos, so you can check those out as well, and you can work out anytime. You can do a workout every day of the week if you so chose to. and you can also do yoga at the same time. You can look at YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Melissa Shibby Live Elements Yoga, and you can also tell people about that, because if you're not on Facebook, then you don't know that this exists either. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.